Hey, what is up, y'all? It's Sonia,
It's Genevieve.
And Teresa.
bringing you fresh and zesty and Christmassy content for your education and enjoyment.
In the spirit of the holidays, we're going to do something different for this episode. So, we actually started this podcast back in summer when we were bored, isolated teenagers, and we actually filmed an episode, which is now our pilot.
But we never really got around to editing the actual episode, and it wasn't until November when it actually kicked off of us making these. So now you get to see how we've progressed and we get to cringe at our old content. So I hope you enjoy.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's the gang. Coffee.
Rice.
Yes, first episode. Let's hit it. And fruit snacks.
Pilot.
Bringing you fresh and low-key content for your enjoyment tonight at 10:19 p.m.
Ready? Okay, well. Yeah, this is our first episode. We're gonna try podcasting for a little. One of those crazy thoughts we had late at night, so we're just gonna record late at night conversations where we just kind of discuss anything and everything. And this episode, I figured I'd bring something up that, like, it's old, but also the morals still apply. So I figured I'd show them. It's called Moral Machine. Just for you guys, just Google Moral Machine, and it'll come up. I believe MIT originally created it.
It's .net, and it has MIT in the.
Okay, well, there we go. That'll tell you. And, like, the Scalpable Cooperation, I believe, is also part of it.
Yes. As well as MIT Media Lab.
The MIT Media Lab, yes, thank you very much. Yeah, so basically, just hit start judging. But the whole point of this is just to get perspectives of people on what a self-driving car should do in a life or death situation. Like, who it should pick to kill, like the driver or the pedestrians, if it should pick, like, certain classes, if someone's breaking the law, does it pick them over the driver? It's all this different stuff. So we'll probably have, like, a random set of problems here. So I'm actually gonna share my screen with you guys so you can see mine, just so we're on the same page. But this one has basically what should a self-driving car do, and it will either kill the driver or it will kill a cat that's crossing the street. And it's interesting to think about because it's like it's not the cat's fault, but also the car that the person owns is gonna kill them to avoid the cat. Like, it's this one I'd go with kill the cat, sadly.
No, question. Is this timed? Are we under a time limit?
No. We can discuss these. We can, yeah. No time limit. They just want our, what we believe our opinions on it, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
What do you guys think? I think the cat should die in this first scenario. Very sad. I love cats. But
Coming from Pet Lover, yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree. Hard decision, but honestly, I mean, yeah, I mean,
that's the thing, is like, if I owned that car, I wouldn't want to die because there was a cat in the street.
right.
So, personally, yeah, I would still kill the cat. Sonia?
Man, my questions are tripping me up. First one threw me for a whole ass loop for 5 minutes. But honestly, I would not kill the cat.
You would rather die?
Yes.
Damn.
Okay, subconsciously, like, I get it, because when you're choosing the cat, you are, I guess, like, placing a sort of a rank, between, like, the human life and, like, the animal life, and, like, I guess assigning appropriate values to each of them. And, like, I get it. Theoretically, of course, self-sacrifice, but actually doing it, considering actually doing it, that's hard stuff.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though, is if you think about it, like, I've been driving a lot in the past couple days, just running errands and everything, and the amount of roadkill you see on the side of the streets is kind of insane. But it just makes you think, like, if it decided to kill the passenger in every one of those situations to avoid, like, an animal in the street, there'd be a lot of dead people. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I honestly think it would drive the value of self-driving cars down because of it, because I don't know, I see where you're coming from, because again, I don't want to put value on myself over the cat, but yeah. Okay. We can move on to another one. The next one, oh damn. Okay. So this one is like a social class one. It's basically just, should you kill, there's people crossing the street, and you can either kill just a group of people, or kill, a group of people, but they're thinner and they're runners.
Wow, you can tell that they're runners.
Yeah, you can. They have their little arms that are moving, and they have the sweatbands, and they're trying to make it obvious they're runners.
Oh, okay.
But that's the thing, is it's like, this one's just kind of a loaded question, because it's like, you have to choose between two
I
different
would say
groups of people.
swerve and hit the runners, because then the runners might run out of the way in time.
I agree with you. I also, I don't know if there's any, like, I have not researched this at all, but I feel like the runners, maybe because they're healthier, or their hearts are healthier, they might have a better chance of surviving. No, this is, well, okay, I say that, but this is physically just like, would you rather kill these 3 people, or kill these 3 people? Would you rather kill the runners, or the... So, yeah. It's specifically saying, which one would you rather die? And, I don't know. I feel like I have to throw in, like, a thing that's... Maybe it'll survive, though! I don't know, because otherwise, it's just... Damn.
Yep.
See, these are hard, but they're just moral questions that it's like, what should the car do? Because the driver's technically not in charge.
Mhm.
Here's another one. So basically, it's, there are 4 passengers in the car. Looks like 3 children and an adult. There's a kid driving. But again, these are self-driving cars. And then it can either kill 4 pedestrians, 2 of them older, 2 of them middle-aged, or swerve and kill the 3 kids and the adult in the car.
I'm just confused why just like stopping isn't an option. Like,
Well, that's the thing, though, is that these are, like, specifically not meant to ever happen. Hopefully none of these ever happen. But if it comes down to, like, something horrible happens, or just, again, just a life or death scenario that you hope never happens, but could, and the car has to make a quick, last-minute decision, would it kill these 4 pedestrians, 2 that are old, 2 that are middle-aged, or swerve into a roadblock and kill the 4 passengers in the car, 3 of which are children?
Okay. Me being completely logical, emotions, like, put aside, it is most logical to save the kids, because, as you said, there are 2 elderly people, there are 2 middle-aged people. It is completely cynical and robotic for me to say, they have lived their life, these kids have not, let's try to, like,
See, but I agree with you.
Yeah.
The only
But-
issue is, like how is the car supposed
why-
to know, 1, how many passengers are in the car, and 2, what
Right.
the ages of the passengers, the ages of the people are, in my opinion. But no, I completely agree with you. I think that the kids should survive because they haven't had a life to live. But does it suck? Are these hard decisions that, like, I hope nobody has to die this way because I decided that the car should swerve and kill itself? But yeah, damn.
But
I agree with you.
Yeah. But as you mentioned, if the car doesn't recognize that there are 2 elderly people and 2 middle-aged people, then it really doesn't matter who they kill or whatever age the passengers or the people are. Because I guess in that scenario, if you are the self-driving car, I guess the optimal decision is to minimize all casualties, and casualties that you are concerned with right now are your freaking passengers. So
Yeah. And that's the thing here, is they're trying to focus with this one specifically on age, because again, it's 4 versus 4. This isn't a totalitarianism kind of like which one has the greater amount of people.
Right.
Sonia, do you have thoughts on this one?
so I like finished the test, and any time this type of question came up, I killed who was ever in the car. Every single time.
Why though?
Cause like, okay, going by like the driving handbook and stuff like we got from segment 1 and all that is, you're always supposed to yield to pedestrians, right?
Mhm,
So
and I agree.
and like a driver's first job is to always watch for pedestrians. So I don't know, it just gave me the impression that if something were to happen, I should never hit the pedestrian, and if I die, oh well. So
Yeah, I mean, that's a valid point, but at the same time, you have to remember that the car is driving itself.
yeah.
So technically,
But
there's
I mean,
no
if
one at
I'm in
fault
the car,
here.
I really don't care. If I'm in a self-driving car and I die, I have made my peace with death. Is all I'm saying.
Mhm.
Okay, but and your 3 other passengers, have they made their peace with that?
Yeah, that's the thing though. Is I'm trying to take my I'm trying to look at this from both perspectives of
Right.
myself, what decision I would make, and then what decision like anybody would try to make. That I would believe. Like if they,
Right.
let's go with the fact that the average person doesn't want to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I want to die. I'm just saying if it happens, it happens.
It happens. It happens. Okay, so here's one of the ones I just moved on to the next one, but here's another one of the ones where it's like pedestrian versus passenger, because there is the little icons in the car are very funny. There are 3 passengers and 3 pedestrians. One of the passengers and one of the pedestrians is old. One of each is athletic, and one of each is like business person. Oh, okay. This is the difference between it. The ones in the car are men, and the pedestrians are women.
Yeah, I was gonna point that out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
See, we know what Sonya would pick, because she would just kill the passengers.
Mhm.
I
What do you think, Jenna?
don't know. This is tough. Okay, I'm biased, but I'd probably kill the men. I'm not
Reasoning?
gonna lie. I don't know. They're the ones in the car too, so I feel like they shouldn't die. I don't know. I'm pretty neutral on this one. I just feel like it sucks. Whoever dies, whoever dies.
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I think they threw this in, but for me, gender has nothing,
No factor. Yeah.
because honestly, I mean, like that does, like, age, sure, but gender,
Yeah, gender doesn't really change anything. Age, I feel like age has a bigger impact, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, moving on. We have fun. Oh, so basically, we have 5 people in the car and 5 pedestrians. So the first one would kill the 5 pedestrians, 3 of which are executives and 2 are just normal people. Or the second option is to kill the people in the car, 2 of which are just regular people and 3 of which are homeless. So this is like a social, like, class one as well.
ooh,
Except, like, economically. This is gonna sound bad to say. It's gonna sound really bad to say. But I feel like they should kill the, executives
okay.
because they're hopefully going to have better life insurance. So their family will get something more out of it than the people that are homeless.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like the people that are homeless might not be as like fully satisfied with their life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So they still have like hopefully they still have some growing to do
Mm-hmm.
and can like figure out where they're going in life and then get there and hopefully be happy. Whereas
Oh.
I'm not saying that executives are always happy, but they definitely like I'm hoping will be more happy than the people that are homeless. So yeah, I'm sorry, it's the executives for me.
That's fair. So you're saying that they use, like, the homeless people use this, like, experience, quote unquote, to, like, reconvene with the fact that, hey, life is really, really short and, like, anything can happen, so why not, like, make the best of it and do something?
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair.
See, okay, but for Sonya, again, the homeless people are in the car. So would you
Okay,
still say to
so
kill the?
I would kill the homeless people, but for a different reason.
Oh, okay. No, I want to hear it. Go ahead.
Okay. So the thing about homeless people and
Oh,
like
no.
encountering them, I encounter at least one homeless person like on the side of the road driving at least once a week, and I always feel so guilty when I pass by because it's. I think being homeless might be worse than death just because of the really bad treatment you get, and not a
Mhm.
lot of people help you, and it's like death would be so much more peaceful.
Especially now in this time.
Yeah.
And and it just makes me mad of like seeing homeless people because like there's a way to fix that, and because of all the policies set in place, it all hurts homeless people, and it's just like we could fix this, but no one wants to, and this
Mhm.
is why I originally
you would-
wanted to go into politics, but I didn't for reasons. The person
Yeah.
in charge.
Hi, dog.
Yes, no.
He might shut up eventually. Yeah. I mean, okay. So your logic is like it just kind of like puts them out of their misery, just kind of like
Yes. That's
Yeah, okay. That's fair. I mean, that's definitely a different way of looking at it. I'm kind of having the assumption that they'll be able to get out of homelessness and hopefully be able to start a life for themselves. And you're just kind of like, well, in most cases that doesn't always happen. Yeah. Okay, well, moving on. This one. Oh, I shouldn't laugh, but it's kind of funny. Okay, so we have 5 passengers and 3 pedestrians. In the car, we have a larger man, 2 cats, a larger woman, and a pregnant woman. The pedestrians are a baby, a larger man, and then a female athlete.
What I'm
So-
curious is
Okay.
why is the baby like alone on the stroller when pushing
Yeah,
it?
the picture just kind of shows like a stroller, but there's nobody like moving the stroller. It's just there. I don't know, man.
All
It's
right.
remote controlled. See, we have self-driving cars. We also have self-driving strollers.
Yes.
That's
definitely.
innovation at its finest.
Yes.
Thoughts?
For something like this, I would consider the number of casualties in each situation.
Yeah.
So
that's what
if
I
you
was
go
going
with, so I would kill the baby, large man, and female athlete because that's only 3 people dead compared to the large man, 2 cats, pregnant woman, and large woman.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I'm just like, well, you could say 3 people and 3 people, but the one woman is pregnant, and plus, like, on the side, also 2 cats. Like, I think you should go with the car on this one. And kill the pedestrians, just versus a like 6 or 4 versus 3. Both numbers are larger than. That one's definitely a numerical standpoint that sucks, but also, what are you gonna do? Oh, this is one that's. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like. Okay, so let me explain. I just clicked on the next one, and we have 3 people in the car. And then 3 pedestrians. But like, the ones in the car are larger women, and one's an athlete, so it's just like, they're trying to throw that in there again too. But the difference here for me is that the pedestrians are crossing the street when it's telling them not to. So I really think that if I was in the car, I don't want to die because pedestrians weren't following their part of the rules. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't think that I should die because they couldn't wait for the arrow to turn green, right?
Yes. That
So
is fair.
I very heavily believe on this one that the pedestrians should die. That sounds so bad.
Okay, Jenna, you are our resident law murder expert, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah. So, if the pedestrians were to die, would you call that involuntary manslaughter? Because we have to remember it's a self-driving car.
It's a self-driving car. So the laws for this, honestly, are probably not written up as it would be for somebody driving the car.
Right.
I don't know. Okay. In all honesty, it's always going to be in the pedestrian's favor. Almost always.
Yes, and that is why I'm bringing up the whole like lawsuit
Yes. Yes.
like factor
is-
because
yeah. It is very heavily like almost like because again, you're controlling the car and you have to always be on the lookout for pedestrians, even if they're jaywalking, even if they're crossing when they shouldn't be. You should always be on the lookout.
But
However, this is a self-driving car, and this is just due to morals. And honestly, this takes into the fact that the people in the car would die to save the pedestrians that weren't following their part of the rules. So I think that the pedestrians are the ones that need to kick the bucket here.
yeah,
Sonia,
Yeah, I would
you
agree.
again. Okay, you do agree with this one?
Yeah, honestly, stupid people.
wow.
They
Okay,
they were in a hurry, you know?
okay, but that
Okay, if you were in a hurry, you'd be in a car yourself. I'm sorry, but if you were in a hurry, you would not be like. Say one of the two women is like pregnant or something, and she has to go to the hospital. You would not
she
be
ain't
walking.
Yeah, okay.
You would not. You
Fair
would be
enough.
taking if you didn't have a car of your own, you would be taking a bus, a taxi, something that is faster than walking. So
Frankly
at that point, you're just being stupid.
yeah.
Yeah, they
And
could
y'all
definitely.
already know how I feel about stupid people.
Yes, we do.
So yeah, okay. I think we agree on this one that the pedestrians who are not following the traffic laws. Oh, here we go. Okay. Clicked on the next one, and this one's based on class. The car is going to hit pedestrians. There is nobody in the car, but there's 6 pedestrians. You can either hit 3 that are like regular men and a female executive, or you can hit the other 3, which are 2 homeless people and a woman. I'm gonna stick with what I said before. Well, yeah, I'm gonna stick with what I said before. You know, better life insurance, hopefully. Hopefully a nicer start for the homeless people. I don't know.
Okay, removing like all emotion. Logically speaking,
Yes.
oftentimes, I'm not saying always,
No, go ahead.
people don't necessarily have families to go back to. Okay, not saying that that one female or that one woman, doesn't have a family or a brother or sister, whatever. But I guess in this case, majority rules. Sad, cruel. Yes, I know, but I'm sorry. But
You're going with the dead homeless people in this one?
no, hold on.
Okay, I'm following.
And yeah, no, you bring up a good point that the executives would have like a better, I don't know, health insurance, life insurance, and the people, and they have families. I honestly, to me, either one could be a choice. Honestly, again, very cynical, but I guess the position and the social class, I mean, it's
Yeah.
eh.
Yeah. Sonia, tiebreaker, what's up here? What are your thoughts?
Death is peaceful.
Death is
Death
peaceful. Oh,
is
right.
peaceful.
Okay, fine. Death is peaceful.
So yeah, I would hit the 2 homeless people and a woman on that one.
Okay. The next one. There's only 13 of these, by the way. They just. It's just funny because, like, they could take some thinking through. So this next one is again another pedestrian one. You can either hit 5 pedestrians or 4 pedestrians. And the 5 pedestrians are crossing the street when it's telling them to. And the 4 pedestrians are crossing when it's not telling them to. So it's another law one. Not only are they not following the law, but they're also missing a person. So it's 4 versus 5 again, and they're not following the rules. So I think this is very shut and closed for me at the very least. And yeah, kill the people that aren't following the rules.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
sad to say, but I mean, the rules are there. Self-drive cars be damned.
So there is one thing that we're not talking about with these that people do bring up occasionally, and it's the fact that the car, there's 2 lanes basically is how it's showing it. Anybody listening, like, you can search this up for yourself. Moral Machine, just search it on Google, it'll come up. But the car is in the rightmost lane. So whoever, like, if the pedestrian or the roadblock is in the rightmost lane, if the car were not to change its course, that is what it would hit. But if if it changed its course, some would say that it'd be better for the car not to change its course, just because the fact that if it changed its course, it's going out of the way to kill somebody else or keep someone alive. So I know a lot of people normally say, like, or just another argument that we're not talking about that can be brought up here is that it's better that to not change course. Which is weird to think about, but
That's fair. Fair argument.
Mm-hmm. So I just bring it up for this one because it's like another pedestrian one with 3 and 3. If it didn't change course, it would hit 2 children and a guy. But if it did change course, it would kill an older man and then 2 middle-aged people as well. So I would, again, this is another age one, so I would just kill the older man. But again, in doing so, it would swerve off of its course.
Right.
I would still kill the older man because the boy and the girl still have a long life ahead of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, cool.
I also kind of feel bad, though, because it's based on that one older man that tilts the decision into the kid's favor. Because, honestly, other than that, I mean, if it was, like, a normal, like, dude, I mean, it could really go either way.
Yeah. But that's the thing, is I would still go with the kids, because, again, they win the age game, so they're still younger, they still got a lot more living to do, so...
Yeah.
Even without the older man there, I would still kill the 3 that aren't with the children, but yeah, I don't know. So this next one, it basically has another pedestrian one, 2 and 2, but it's either kill a grandmother and like a child that are crossing when they should be, or kill 2 dogs that are crossing when they shouldn't be. And I feel like this is another one of those like animal versus human, but also like rules.
Well, but that's also the thing, though, because they're dogs. I mean,
Yes.
no matter how intelligent a dog is, you can't really expect it to follow road rules, especially with no human. It's just like the dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
And you'd be swerving to hit the dogs. So the dogs think like, oh, it's clear, I can go.
Right.
But yeah, I don't. That's the thing, though, is like, even if it were switched, and the child and the grandmother were crossing when they shouldn't be, and the dogs were crossing when they should be, I think I would still kill the dogs, just because, again, very, very, very sad, and I love puppies, but...
You have 2 dogs yourself.
So. I have 2 puppies.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it were switched, I'd still kill the dogs, which sucks, but it is what it is. Sonia?
No, yeah. Because the kid is there, I would kill the dogs.
She has soft spots for children.
I do. That's why I tutor them.
Yeah, no. This is coming from somebody who doesn't particularly like children as well, which is saying something, because I love puppies.
I honestly, okay, but when you think about it, though, if you'd say if you would reverse it, and the grandma and the little kid were crossing, while like ignoring proper road rules, and well, they should really like yield, but they're still crossing. That, it kind of indicates that there are rules, like I stated before.
Yeah, this enforces that.
Right. But if the people were breaking those rules compared to the animals, that weren't breaking the rules, then it kind of goes to show that there is an exception to that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just pointing that out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I agree. Yeah. We don't have to do these last 2, honestly. This is another female versus male one.
Oh, no difference.
And then this next one is 5 people versus 1 person.
Kill the one.
Yeah, kill the one. I would always go with that. So, yeah. Anyway, that is that. Any final thoughts on that?
It was a very interesting test, to say the least.
I kind of hoped it would have been more, like, thought-provoking, but, it seemed, I mean, I wouldn't say easy, but, like, we came to our conclusions relatively quickly. And we, like, made our own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So, while it wasn't easy, per se, it was also for us, I guess, very clear. We were very clear in our positions and where
Yeah.
we stand. So
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that we pretty much agreed, but I know, like, they put out this poll, and I guarantee there were people that thought the opposite of us, like,
oh
I
yeah.
don't know. But, so that's the thing, though, is they have to make the decision, like, the final, like, strike down of, like, what will happen if the situations were to go wrong, and, like, what, like, just, would it swerve, would it not? What does it value more, and what actually would happen? So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
crazy to think about, because, again, like, self-driving cars, they have to make the decision, and it's just crazy to think about.
Yeah.
The future. Self-driving cars, I don't know how I feel about them. I would think, like, they're cool. They're cool, and I wouldn't mind one. And I know, like, Teslas already have, like, self-driving capabilities installed, ready to go for when they become legal, but yeah, that's the thing. I personally, like, right now, I don't hate driving, so I'm okay with it, but I know people that definitely, like, it'd be safer. The roads would be a lot safer, I think, if cars drove themselves. Yeah, well, if anybody is listening to this and you've made it this far, it might not have been the most interesting thing, but also it was some interesting moral, like, aspects as well. So
Congrats.
I hope you, yeah, congrats for making it
You
this far.
made it
If you
through
had,
our pilot.
that's crazy, and we appreciate you very much. Episode 1. Hopefully we can get episode 2 out soon. I forgot what it's on. What are we planning on doing? Does anybody remember?
I think we are going to do it on pet peeves and phobias, and also TV shows and kids shows that shaped our childhood.
Okay, so probably a more laid-back episode where we're just kind of chatting about these kind of things, but either way, it'll be fun. Join us next time if you'd like. We'd appreciate it.
On that note, after cringing at our past selves, thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a like, and have a happy and safe holidays.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry
Not yet,
Christmas. Wish and a Happy New Year. Be sure to let us know what other new ideas or topics that you want to see on this show. Thank you for hanging out with us, and be on the lookout for our next episode.